Well, hello there, guys. Welcome back to our series here in the French Indochina War. Of course, the French-Vietnamese War. We did pretty well last turn, guys, and for those of you that have not yet seen the last actual bit of gameplay we did, I highly recommend you take a look. I'm going to put a playlist in the area below so that if anybody's missed that, I want to make sure you guys see it. Now, we're continuing to try and break up these North Vietnamese army groups, and it looks like in some situations, we're actually managing to break them up with just instant attacks, which means that they're very weak, and they're about to essentially give up. I am going to plan an attack against this larger group here, so I want to try and bring in as much support as we can possibly get. You can see this is a huge stack here. Our likelihood of success is poor, even with the assistance of armored cars. So I'm going to bring in our bombers for this attack especially. We really want to try and finish off the enemy as much as we can. In fact, even if we get the paratroopers up here, I'll assist, because this way we'll be attacking from multiple directions, and we'll actually end up doing a lot more damage to the enemy than we otherwise would. See if we can bring in some more paratroopers. I'm going to do a single unit move. I don't want to send in everybody, but I do want to make sure that we have the situation under control. And let's see if we can do something here. We're going to plan an attack. We still have a lot of units here that are going to be capable of launching an attack, but it looks like it's going to be impossible to predict. It also looks like the enemy has those guerrilla units that are basically sort of irregular enemy units. So let's go ahead and move down. Okay, we're already attacking this guy. We can tell because of the red triangles right there, basically pointing towards the enemy. And I want to keep on going down the coast. Remember, guys, we were trying to get some armor up this coast. The problem is that the enemy actually has some units here, basically waiting for us. If you guys saw that small explosion, that is artillery, or it's actually called AS. I think it's air intervention. In this case, could be artillery intervention as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be an air unit. But look at this massive 325th Infantry Division, 1023. Thousands of men, probably. Like, thousands. So we're actually going to try to break through. And I'm thinking maybe trying to break through here to Giao Linh before we get attacked. It might work. It probably won't. I think the enemy's going to be ready for defense here. Over here, we stand a chance. We've got some Marines, apparently. Oh, we've got a few units of Marines. Okay, you know what? These guys might have just been our reinforcements. So let's go ahead. I will use my Marines here in this urban area and get some air support. It looks like even then our success is very poor. The enemy definitely knows how to use their vehicles. Okay, we're going to keep fighting the enemy through the swamps here. This is one area where we actually have a slight advantage. You see all those irregular groups? They're working for us, basically, and they are Vietnamese mafia units. That's what they are. But it looks like the Viet Minh are not really able to get a big stronghold in this area. We see them in the swamp before they even arrive to the city of Saigon here. So Saigon seems pretty much under control. The only area that's not is Cà Mau here in the south, and of course the surrounding villages that could be attacked at any time. But I don't really have any units that I want to send all the way down to Cà Mau. And as you can see, even, like, for instance, this vehicle, he's gonna have to go around. He can't go through the swamp. So whether he can even get to Cà Mau is an entirely different question. However, we will send him forward, and I do like to see that French flag over everything. Okay, let's move out with the single unit. And we're sending this unit to assist with the assault on Cà Mau as well. So this is supposed to be a major enemy strong point. Let's see what happens when we go there. All right, guys, let's see if we can knock these guys out. First of all, wait, we're not done. We've got to deal with this enemy unit, and I don't think there's any good way to deal with him. This one either. All right, we'll at least try to get this unit right here. We really don't know how they're going to react. Basically, anybody that's behind the line we want to get rid of, or close to our line, or anything like that. So look at all these guys we have. We actually have a lot of men in this group. We should be sending these guys out next turn. Probability of success is fair. Fair enough. No pun intended. All right, let's end the turn. Come on, boys. À l'attaque. All right, so it looks like the Marines did a wonderful job there, definitely knocking out those units. Yeah, not surprised by that, managing to move back the enemy guerrillas. It's not those kind of guerrillas, guys. Not those kind of guerrillas. Here we go. Keep attacking. Immense assault there. And I think we moved them back. Wonderful. Okay, let's see if we manage to hit these guys. More importantly, destroy them, because we're trying to surround these guys and knock them out one by one. It's the only way I think we're going to be able to defend this northern part. If we lose our entire northern army, I mean, you guys have no idea how serious that's going to be. So there we go, 40% of our turn remains. Let's take a look here at some of the battles. Not bad. Did get some pretty good destruction there. Although the enemy seems to be defending a little better than they were before. They're not losing as many men in these attacks, so they're probably defending weakly. In other words, they're using very common guerrilla tactics. Fire a few shots, as soon as you start taking casualties, retreat. Of course, in the cases where we've surrounded them, they can only defend so much, and we eventually hit them. But they've done a pretty good job. I'm going to plan another attack, a renewed assault, and not everybody can join this assault. As you can see, these guys are tired. They've already been through a lot. Let's bring in some bombers as well. And with these guys, I'm going to move forward as well. And I'm going to attack this unit, but not before I bring in... Oh, we can't bring in anyone else. All right, we can bring in these paratroopers, though. But they can't fight. That's okay. I think we've got enough units here to still carry out a great attack. And there are 2 enemy HQs here, guys. So, obviously, destroying this would be a huge win for us. We could end up managing to get rid of this entire northern army. I think we've already almost done that anyway. We just needed to kind of push it a little bit more. And at that point, we can send everybody to the south in emergency mode to try and defend that area. Oh, I think that's it. As for the south, no, we're going to have to wait till the next turn to really mess with that. Okay, this is an odd attack, but the likelihood of success is good. So we will attack this Bodoi unit. And once again, I believe the Bodoi, if somebody wants to type it in the comments down below, please do. But I believe the Bodoi are a sort of mafia unit. In this case, that's working with the Viet Minh. It could also be some sort of specialist Viet Minh unit, like special forces, something like that. I'm really not 100%. The reason I'm saying I think it's a mafia unit is on the South Vietnamese side. That's exactly what it is. It's an actual mafia unit. All right, ending the turn. Beautiful. We pushed through the north, guys. We pushed through the north. That is one of the most important parts here. Now, whether or not they're going to be able to push back with their counterattack, we don't know. They've done it before, so let's keep that in mind. But it looks like we definitely managed to push in the north. Some pretty devastating assaults as well. Getting rid of the remainder of the enemy here in the northern sector. Even over here, we did pretty well. Just completely destroying these units. I will take a look around, see if there's anything else we can do. But again, our units are going to be tired, so they're probably going to need a turn to rest. We might get one attack out there. Maybe we can get one more here, but I don't want to push them too much. I said I don't want to push them too much, and I'm about to mount a serious assault. But you know what? I think it's important, especially with a stack like that. Don't forget, guys, if you like this series, please hit that like button. It really helps. Drop a comment down below as well. And take a look at our playlist so that you can actually see this series in its entirety and know exactly what we got into here in this war. So here we go, 1, 2. I'm even setting the HQ in for this attack. That's how confident I am. And of course, we're bringing in those gunboats. Every single bit of support we can. Because wiping out that enemy, that's a huge threat. Then we can start getting back to Ningbin, which the enemy took in the beginning of this fight. Take out these HQs, and we're on the roll. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Failed force proficiency check. I don't recall that. Ah, that means that our force proficiency is dropping. That's not good. Basically, the way our men work together is dropping. You can see here, though, still some excellent attacks. Look at that, man. That is just total destruction in that southern area. That's where we bombarded them with boats, etc. Seemed to work out pretty well. All right, it's going to be the enemy's turn, and every single other time they've managed to retake their positions, or at least fight us back to a position where we're on the defensive. Let's see if that changes now. Maybe, maybe not. Oh boy, nasty artillery attacks. Look at that 616. Oh my goodness. Some of those armies down there, guys, like the 1023, those are huge armies. So thankfully they're far away from our northern and southern capitals, but whether or not we can continue that, we'll have to wait and see. They might be heading back to the north to attack this area, or to the south to attack Saigon. I think with 1023, you know, that could be thousands of men. You know, they can certainly push their luck here and possibly beat us. You can see right here, they pushed us back, the infantry. We're in sort of a hilly area near the city. And they pushed our Legion units back here as well. Our mechanized units were absolutely forced back. Oh, man. Wow, that is huge. So all of those units near Quang Tri, which is actually a location we own, it's 8 victory points. There are a ton, and that's the city of Hue. Oh my gosh, guys, this is incredible. For those of you guys that know about the Tet Offensive, Hue is one of their primary targets. Hue used to be Vietnam's ancient capital. So it makes a lot of sense, actually, that we would get a huge Viet Minh presence there. It's a very nationalistic place, nationalism for Vietnam, of course, and that's why they have spawned some incredible army units in that sector. So now not only do we have to deal with the enemy attacking our city in the north, we've got to deal with 3 or 4 massive armies approaching from the middle of the map, and they could go either way. One thing's for sure, our units near Quang Tri are as good as dead. I really think the only thing we could do to save them is maybe send them into the hills, but they'll probably find more Viet Minh there. You can see the terror that you'd face as a soldier in a war like this. You can see the unit at Vinh Linh totally cut off and likely will be captured next turn. Okay. We have some reinforcements, that's good. But we still haven't gotten a news update in like 3 turns. I want a news update. There we go, finally. All right. Viet Minh successfully defended Huy Binh. This is, of course, okay, so now let's get to February 24th, 1951. CFO captured Dong Nye. We captured Cao Tiong. We defended Phu Lui. Hue has been reduced to ruins. Oh my gosh. That's incredible, guys. So that's really creepy. The imperial city, or the ancient imperial city of Vietnam, has been reduced to ruins by the Viet Minh. That surely can't sit well with the Vietnamese people. Maybe that's going to help us in the future. It would be pretty cool if whoever destroys Hue gets a negative penalty bonus. I think that should be standard, but that's just me. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.